I always thought I knew my worth until the man I loved looked me in the eye and said, "You're not even my type." Little did I know that sentence would be the start of the darkest and most empowering chapter of my life. Because 2 weeks later, I caught him red-handed with my best friend. My name is Maya, 27, a graphic designer living in Austin, Texas. I met Chris, 30, a real estate agent, at an art exhibit 2 years ago. We clicked instantly: coffee dates, hikes, spontaneous road trips. He made me laugh, listen to my dreams, and even encouraged me to quit my office job to freelance full-time. I felt like the luckiest woman alive. Chris was charming and ambitious. My best friend, Naomi, 26, had been in my life since college, like a sister to me. She even helped Chris plan my last birthday surprise. Everything looked perfect on the outside. A beautiful apartment, shared playlists, group dinners with Naomi and her boyfriend. I thought I had built a small, safe world of people who loved me. Then cracks began to show. Chris started nitpicking my looks. "You're not really my type, you know. I usually go for blondes." He laughed when he said it, but the sting stayed. He began canceling plans last minute, claiming late showings for work. Naomi grew distant, texting me less but showing up on Chris's Instagram stories at events she hadn't mentioned to me. I asked Chris about it. He brushed me off. "She's just helping me network, Maya. You're overthinking." I tried to believe him. Tried to believe her. But the gnawing in my gut wouldn't stop. One Thursday night, Chris told me he had a client dinner and wouldn't be home until late. Naomi texted she was working overtime. Something in me snapped. I grabbed my car keys and drove to the rooftop bar Chris had once mentioned as a client spot. I walked in and froze. There they were, tucked into a corner booth, Chris and Naomi, his arm draped casually around her chair, their heads bent together over a shared cocktail. When he kissed her cheek, my heart stopped. I stood there shaking, then pulled out my phone. One photo, then another, then a video. Chris finally looked up, saw me, and his face drained of color. Naomi's eyes widened. "Maya, this isn't what it looks like," she stammered. But it was. It was exactly what it looked like. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I smiled, turned, and walked out. That night, I uploaded the photos to a private folder and spent the weekend moving my things out of our apartment while Chris was working. On Monday, I emailed Chris's boss, who also happened to be a friend of mine, a polite note explaining that Chris had been using company resources to wine and dine someone who was not a client. I sent Naomi's boyfriend a link to the video. Then I blocked them both, everywhere, within a week. Chris was suspended for misuse of company funds, and Naomi's boyfriend dumped her. Their shiny little secret imploded without me lifting a finger beyond telling the truth. It's been 6 months. I've launched my own design studio. I run along the lake every morning. I've rebuilt my circle of friends, people who actually show up. Sometimes I still think about that night in the bar, but instead of pain, I feel power. Because the moment I walked away, I chose myself. Betrayal hurts, but staying where you're not valued hurts even more. The real revenge isn't destruction. It's becoming the version of yourself they never believed you could be. For more real-life stories of betrayal and redemption, subscribe to SilkMirror and never miss a new episode.